Mikasa? Long, long ago, when our world was still young, and all manner of unknown things began to form, that which we call life was born. Throughout the span of time, life began to evolve, and as the conditions changed and became more complex, life sought out more than survival. It sought meaning. We, as a species, became arrogant in our conquests, thinking ourselves to be special, simply because of our ability to thrive and till the world to our design. And yet, in spite of all odds, one such ancient life form persisted through millennia. Refusing to pass on, it waited. Why? For what purpose? Perhaps it too was waiting for another chance to fight that inevitable doom waiting for us all. Or maybe in its need to fulfill that instinct to persevere by pure chance, it found a way. Or maybe there really is no deeper meaning to any of this after all, and all these years of suffering have all been for nothing. Well, regardless of how or why, our history began because one pitiful slave girl defied her master and stumbled into the power that changed everything. Yes, Aaron's friend, that little girl was her. In her desire to find meaning, she was pushed to survive, and thus she became our founder, Ymir. I cannot pretend to understand it all, even after spending all this time here. But one thing is for certain, no matter how one may try to fight it, death is inevitable. So, why bother seeking out something as arbitrary as meaning at all? All these lives that never needed to suffer, all these paths created from arrogance and the desire to defy the very nature of this world. If she had just accepted her fate and freed herself from her suffering, as we all eventually do, perhaps this all could have been avoided. Maybe then we might have been spared from this existence. This place was born of that arrogance. Unable to move on from the will of the king, she was banished here, to this place free from death, obeying his desires. Godlike in power, but forever a slave. With this earth, she creates the monsters that destroy and perpetuate the cycle of suffering. So, this all began because of her. And this is the place free of death. But if she has all this power, why not use it to free herself? So you've realized the conundrum. Very good. I have spent an astounding amount of time here, trying to answer that question. Why didn't she exact her revenge on the man and people who enslaved her instead of serving them? Maybe she couldn't? Some kind of condition to her power? I too came to that initial conclusion. However, the more I watched this history, the less I was convinced that was the case. The power itself was not the issue. So, could it have been her will? Was she incapable of separating her own desires from that of her abusers? Or was there some hidden need to belong? Was that her meaning? If so, then her suffering truly was great. In the end, Aaron was able to understand her when I couldn't. That's why she went with him. He offered her something no one else could give her. And that was